There's a win out there waiting for us.
What is up, you guys? Taylor Twitch here, and I'm excited to talk about today's game. Coming out last month and only being out 6 days, gained over 25 million players, bringing everyone from streamers to casuals, Apex Legends. From the almighty Respawn, the same game developer that brought me probably one of my favorite first-person shooters, the Titanfall series. Now, with this being related to Titanfall, they went a completely different route than they did with Titanfall 2. Instead of giving it press coverage for a couple of months like every other game, they just released the game and just said, we're going to let the game speak for itself. Which, after being body slammed between a new Battlefield and a new Call of Duty, that was probably their best bet. And what you end up getting with Apex Legends is a free-to-play game, another Battle Royale, but it's done differently. You start off, currently, there will only have one game mode available as squads. And they're going to be introducing duos and solos, but right now it's just squads. But you start out in a 3-person squad with a variety of different characters that you can choose from with different abilities and that require different playstyles. But when you drop as one unit. You can ping different areas and suggest different areas to land, which is actually really nice, so you don't have to worry about everybody fighting for different areas and then just that other confusion. But also gives you time to loot. It gives you time to register and see, like, oh, is there other teammates land with us? And if in the event you do see other teammates, you can notify your team. But if you look at the top right screen of the screen, you can see how many squads are left, how many players are left, and it's not the standard 100. You only have I think it's like 60. Yeah, it's like about 60 some players, something like that. Math was never my strong suit, as you could tell. But what's nice is you can see my one teammate's down. What I can end up doing is, rather than me trying to worry about, oh, we're down to 2 players now, watch me kill these 2. Bam, dead. Now, I can revive my teammate and he'll be fine. As you can see, it says recover banner. What is actually nice about this that no other Battle Royale game has is you can revive dead teammates. If in the event you reach them within a certain amount of time, you can pick up their banner and then take it to a beacon. And what it'll do is it'll bring them in on a drop ship and drop them off. They'll have to re-loot, but if in the event that you're within the relative proximity to their what loot they dropped, they can just pick everything back up and they're fine. And if not, it's easy to find loot around the game. It's not like everything's like real, really hidden, really difficult to find, not abundant whatsoever. It's perfect, because then if in the event, say, like, you run out of ammo for a gun and then there's another gun, there's more ammo there, you could pick that up and be fine. Or, again, in instances like this where you died, you don't have any weapons left, you have no idea what to do, you can easily find weapons and you're set. One thing that I will say that kind of made me iffy on this was definitely what happened with the game. This was initially supposed to be Titanfall 3. And when it was announced that Titanfall 3 wasn't happening and this is what we're getting, a lot of people were irritated about it. Because despite taking place in the Titanfall universe and reintroducing us to Blisk, who was the main villain for Titanfall 2, it really doesn't have many comparisons to, Titanfall 2 aside from that. Aside from weapon choices, designed for Pathfinder's actually another robot that you can find in Titanfall 2, in the Titanfall series. But what I do like about, I wanted to hold my judgment, because I will admit I was irritated when the game first came out, and when I found out about this, because I was so desperately hoping for Titanfall 2, or Titanfall 3. Because Titanfall literally is my favorite first-person shooter, and it was one that I actually felt confident that I was good at. I mean, yes, there were still people that would, kick my ass left and right. I have footage to prove it, but I was one game that I felt actually comfortable playing, and I actually had friends that wanted to play it. And, to get that hopeful and then just kind of get shut down, just like, yeah, Black Ops 4 can happen, but Titanfall 3, yeah, not in the picture. Not in this lifetime. Well, like I said, I wanted to reserve my judgments for the game, and I did. And as soon as it was downloaded, I started playing it, and I was pissed because I was actually enjoying myself. And I'm like, I shouldn't be enjoying myself. I should be mad. But here's what I'm hoping. Here's what I'm hoping this game brings. Because with how it was received within the first few weeks, I mean, 25 million players within the first 6 days. Not even Fortnite could keep up with that. But what I'm hoping is, with the hype that this is building up, it'll eventually, when Titanfall 3 gets released, a bunch of people will be playing it. And people will understand how good of a game Titanfall 2 was and how good the series actually is. With that being said, a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the Battle Royale killer, aka any other Battle Royale that's released, that will be released, or that has been released is going to die. And a lot of people are thinking Fortnite might be one of those casualties, but that's simply not the case. For one very specific reason. Not only does Fortnite have such a high following in the gaming community, but a social following too. I mean, let's not forget, not even just a couple weeks ago, they did the in-game concert with Marshmello. I'm sorry, dude. That would be a really fun performance, but no. They had an in-game concert with Marshmello, which is something that hasn't been done yet, which is actually really nice. Like, a live event like that. And not to mention, they have a bunch of live events that constantly are happening, and what's nice about it is that they're different. They're interactive, like they actually have a storyline. Plus, Fortnite has its story mode. If Battle Royale dies off, it's still got the story mode, and the story mode's actually pretty nice too. But because of the social following, Fortnite is going to be fine. As far as Blackout and PUBG and H1Z1 are concerned, they are definitely they're definitely having some trouble now. Because this is what Battle Royale should have been from the get-go. Like, I just I feel bad for the developers that have to look at this and just be like, we have to compete with this now. But like I said, what I'm hoping is when Titanfall 3 eventually gets released, because they have confirmed that they are going to work on it at some point. But when that ends up getting released, I hope that people end up giving it a chance. I'm definitely going to be looking more into this. I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot more. I actually might be streaming it a bit more frequently than I have been, like Overwatch and Call of Duty. Because, honestly, this game is way too fun to not do so. Also because, look at the fucking work you could put on with the Peacekeeper. Like, come on. But that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, drop a like on here. If in the event you guys aren't subscribed to me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting more on here and streaming more on Twitch. Especially this game. And if in the event you want to see more Apex Legends on here, let me know in the comments. But with that being said, watch me choke and I'll catch you guys on the other side. You done fucked up, kid. You done fucked up.